Now, at the heart of all this chaos is the big decoupling between China and the US financial system. Now, it's something that we have talked endlessly about since 2022. The moment the Biden administration confiscated the Russian reserves, it was game over. Maybe not for the majority of countries, but definitely for China. Now, there's no point hanging on to your stash of US assets, especially when all the economic and geopolitical moves from Washington are out to corner your country. No one wants to fund their own containment. Now, update in May saw the UK actually holding more US Treasury bonds than China at 779 billion versus 765 billion. And it's important to understand what this means. Beijing used to be the biggest holder of US debt, but that era is over. China is passing the hot potato down to the United Kingdom. Now, as the dollar continues to fall, this actually exposes holders like the British to wealth destruction. A lot of their bonds were bought when rates were well below 2% yield. And when the currency falls by 10%, suddenly your purchasing power collapses. Now, whether China buys gold, invests in the Tibet hydroelectric dam, or just lends money to Africa, it's money well spent. At the very least, it's not helping to subsidize Washington. But for holders of US bonds, de-dollarization is the clear and present danger. Now, as the world continues to move away from dollar transactions, it really puts the burden on US allies and their friends. China's trade turnover with BRICS countries and partners just reached a new record high. In the first 6 months of the year, trade exceeded $850 billion worth, and that's a growth rate of almost 4%, which is quite remarkable considering we are in the midst of a global trade war.